Will Carlson ready to get us started. And away we go from Lumen Field. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Smith start with a throw here. He's on the move. Into the hands of Tyler Lockett. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. Works the sideline inside the 35. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. From the gun, Smith. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of him.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
On the move, headed right. That hit affected that throw, and it sails out of bounds, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him, and that brings up 4th and long.
Here we go.
They go play action. Here's Smith. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now first run of the game, Zamir White. And he's charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Running on second with White. Across the 45 and still going. 20, 15. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders finish off their opening drive. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Carlson good on the extra point. And the Raiders respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Smith. Oh, he got 3. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down. Walker running to the right. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Okay, here we go, hey.
From the 47. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And that makes it 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Hey, here we go, hey.
Looking to throw, Smith. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground, incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. He needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
That's cut beyond the marker. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive. That big 4th down call is how we close out our first quarter. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
There we go, sit down.
And again, it's Smith. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Escapes the pocket. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And now they face 2nd down.
There we go, sit down.
Back to the air. It's Smith. Getting out to his left. And he can escape no longer. They roam over and bring him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd down.
Ready.
Out of the gun. Here's Smith. Chased out to his right. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. Jacorian Bennett has it. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Started a little slow, but we've arrived at the 2-minute warning. It's the Raiders with a 1st and 10. Minshew working from the gun. That's caught. Here's Zamir White. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Minshew. Completed to his running back.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Sticking in the air with Minshew. Complete. It's Myers. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Tucker now in motion right. Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And he's in for the touchdown. The Raiders get some late points and the lead. Well, partner, with the increased focus on receivers now in the ground game, the jet sweep, it's a weapon all 32 teams and coaches have to rely on for offense. And for the good ones, it can be a lucrative play to have ready, too.
Yeah, lucrative on the scoreboard, certainly, Kate. And don't forget about lucrative for the wallet, too. Next time his agent's at the negotiating table, he's going to be sure to bring plays up like that one. And mention the value he could bring beyond the work of just catching the football.
Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Ready!
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Here we go, here we go.
At the 23-yard line.
Here we go, sit.
Another try following the sack. He's trying to push the field. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. They'll run. First give to Zach Charbonnet. Makes a cut to the right sideline. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that 1st down marker.
Smith on 4th down. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 2nd down. Here's Minshew. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Minshew. Looking for the end zone on a deep shot. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders bump the lead up to 13 points. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left.
Hey, here we go.
First down, Smith to throw. Looking slant route, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Here we go.
Here's Smith. He's on the move. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play.
Here we go,
First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Brought in close to the 8. And he drives it down to the 8 before going out. Here comes the final play of our first half. A final throw before the break. Escapes out to the left. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Seahawks cut into the lead on the last play of the half. Geno Smith with a touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Makes the handoff. Now Minshew. Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Raiders first. Throwing here, Minshew. And that one is dropped. Such great work to get all by himself, but he can't haul in the gimme, and that deep shot is missed. Wow.
I love the thought there and the idea, get your guy in space. But he can't make anything happen until he catches it cleanly first.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Escapes the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Minshew to throw. Hits his running back. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the red zone. Give him 24 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down. Back to throw, Minshew. He's got it at the 5. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. He has the touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that two-point attempt.
26, Seahawks 14. Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
There we go, Sonoma.
A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Walker on 1st down. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Forced out to his right. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Ready.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Connection made to Smith and Jigba. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. So we're through 3 here. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Working inside the red zone. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
3-yard loss brings up 2nd and 13 at the 21-yard line.
Trying again, following the set. Toward the sideline, and he's got Metcalf. And he nearly broke it for 6. He steps in at the 3-yard line. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Goal at the 3-yard line.
From the red zone now. Buys time, rolling right. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get two hands on it the next time.
Buying some time right. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks now within one score in the fourth. Geno Smith with a touchdown. Extremely important moment here for the Seahawks as they go for two. He's throwing for it. And it's hauled in inside the end zone for two. That trims the lead just a little bit. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Abdullah now to return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Again, this is White. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Raiders holding a 4-point lead. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's White again. And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
This ball's cut by Bowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal. The give now to White. An 8-yard pickup, and now it's 2nd and goal.
I'm not kidding you, Kate.